Hey everyone, welcome to my pregnancy update of weeks 14 through 17. If you're new here, my name is Marissa and I'm currently 18 weeks and 1 day pregnant. If you haven't checked out my first trimester update, it'll be linked in the description below. So before we get into this, you might hear some noises upstairs of like walking and talking, so just don't pay attention to that.
We live in a basement.
Yeah. Alright, so overall the second trimester has been pretty decent so far. I am no longer nauseous, and half the time I wouldn't even know I was pregnant aside from my growing belly and these ridiculous cravings I've been having, which I'll get into in just a minute here. So let's get right into this video. I'm going to be looking at my phone because there's no way I'm going to remember every week and every little symptom, so just kind of bear with me. So starting with my 14th week of pregnancy, I'm officially in the second trimester. The baby was the size of a navel orange. I'm going to be inserting pictures throughout each week I talk about, so I don't know, because obviously I didn't film my bump dates because this is one big bump date. But anyway, so my main symptoms were tiredness, I had sciatica and left side pain, I had some irritability, constipation. It hurt a lot to bend over, which is probably like every week of pregnancy, but I kind of stopped mentioning certain things each week. I had increased urination, which again, after like looking at my notes, I stopped mentioning that too because it's just like I'm so used to it now, but this is every single week. This week I kept falling asleep while watching TV shows and I had on and off boob pain. Also noted during the week I had pain in my uterus and on the sides of my belly. This is also pretty much every week too, not daily, but you know, on and off. I had a really bad headache this week that I had to take Tylenol for, and if you know me, I normally don't take Tylenol. Like, I don't take anything. Everybody has to fight with me, like, just take something. So this week I actually had to. This week, my fiance had the flu, and I kept feeling like I was gonna catch the cold. Like, I just felt, like, funny, but I never caught it, thank God. Cravings this week were Doritos, bacon, McDonald's cheeseburger, and the pickles. That was the first time I started craving pickles, and I thought that I don't know, I thought like they just made that up in the movies, like it was just like, oh, you're pregnant, you're gonna crave pickles and ice cream, but no, the pickles cravings are real. I'm gonna be talking about TMI stuff for each week, so if you're not into hearing anything TMI related, just kind of like skip ahead a few seconds when I say TMI stuff, because this is pregnancy, I want to be real with everybody, so I'm just gonna talk about things that you might not want to hear.
You're a hologram.
Stop it. Ken, my fiance, is behind the camera, so if we keep hearing these comments. So for TMI stuff, my nipples seemed darker, I had increased cervical fluid. This is something else that I have every single week that I kind of just stopped mentioning. And I also had a sexy type dream. This was the second one. This is the third one I had because I had two back in the first trimester. This week I saw my internal medicine specialist for my pre-pregnancy high blood pressure. My blood pressure has been doing really good. I monitor it twice a day and it's been perfect. I don't have to take medication at the moment or anything. She wanted me to start taking 2 baby aspirin a day instead of the 1 I was taking. She also instructed me to start taking 2 Tums a day for extra calcium. At 14 weeks and 3 days, I had to take my 3-hour glucose test because I failed the 1-hour test. I had to take this test early because of my weight. My weight puts me at risk for gestational diabetes. I documented this day in a daily vlog because I do vlog my life every single day, so if you're interested I'll link it down below. But overall the drink made me, sorry I keep losing my spot, the drink made me nauseous and I had to lay down. It also gave me a headache and I was freezing. This week I gained 1.4 pounds from the previous week and I was 0.4 pounds higher than my pre-pregnancy weight. Hopefully, I do my math right, like I always say, because I'm so bad at math. My 15th week of pregnancy, the baby was the size of a pear. My main symptoms were tiredness, left hip and sciatic pain, constipation. I was itchy all over, mainly the very top of my belly. The smell of dog and cat food made me very nauseous. I was irritable, had acne, increased urination, on and off boob pain. My cravings were getting really, really intense. My fiance Ken said I seemed less annoyed in general, which I don't see how that was possible. I feel like I'm always irritable. Bending down hurt a lot. Again, this is something I kind of stopped mentioning, but it does continue every week. And I had on and off oily skin. For my cravings, I was craving cheese, salt and vinegar chips, which, yeah, this is the week where I became obsessed with them. Like, we kind of joke around that the baby's gonna come out smelling like salt and vinegar chips because it's all I ever crave now. And it's kind of funny because my fiance hates salt and vinegar chips. He absolutely despises them, so it's just interesting that that's what the baby wants. I was also craving pickles and Chinese food. At 15 weeks, 2 days, I had my second dream about baby. The first time I had a dream about a daughter. Second time I had another dream about a daughter. I was holding a 6-month-old on my left hip, and I actually woke up with left hip pain. So at 15 weeks, 2 days as well, I was sitting at my computer and I kept feeling like a popping sensation. I also felt it when I went to go lay down in bed. I don't know if it was gas or this was like the first time I actually felt baby. I haven't felt anything since then though. At 15 weeks and 5 days, I went maternity shopping for the first time, and it was not a good time. I had a very hard time finding anything that fit. I also vlogged this as well, so I'll link that down below if you're interested. I did buy like a pair of shorts, a pair of jeans, and I think like 1 or 2 shirts. So I mean, it wasn't not successful, it just wasn't as successful as I wanted it to be. For the TMI stuff, I had an increased sex drive and I was dizzy after sex. I was down... Stop. I was down 3.2 pounds from last week, and I was 3.8 pounds less than my pre-pregnancy weight. My 16th week of pregnancy, the baby was the size of an avocado, and this week was exciting because baby can finally hear my voice now. My main symptoms were I was tired, and I thought this was something that was supposed to stop happening in the second trimester. I thought, like, you know, you're supposed to calm down with being tired, but no, not for me. It wasn't as bad though this week. So I have birds and I mixed 2 types of seed, and when I was doing that this week, it made me very nauseous. I had sciatica and left hip pain that was on and off. I ended up gagging on the last bite of wheat bread and a hot dog. I've been having wheat bread aversion since like when I first found out I was pregnant. I don't know why, it's really strange. I'm not sure when it started, but I had a stuffy nose that was on and off. My grandma said I was glowing. I had on and off boob pain. I was more emotional over silly things. And I was seeming to sneeze a lot this week. At 16 weeks, 2 days, I saw my dentist and I was diagnosed with pregnancy gingivitis. It really sucks. The cleaning hurt a lot, I bled a lot, and the left side hurt the most. Eating was not fun that day. At 16 weeks, 5 days, I went maternity shopping for the second time, and this time was very successful. Again, I'll link that vlog down below. Ended up getting a ton of clothes, like nursing bras, like everything I needed, so I was very happy about that. At 16 weeks, 6 days, I was cleaning up a cat mess, and it was not cat litter. Everyone thinks it was cat litter. I know, don't clean the cat box. But I was wiping up a mess, and I guess from like bending down and then standing up too fast, I got really dizzy and everything went black. I talked to my doctor about it, and he wasn't concerned. It's just, he said my blood pressure probably dropped, and then if I'm standing up too fast, that's why. So I just gotta go slower. Also on 16 weeks, 6 days, I started the desire to get all the necessary items for my baby registry. My fiance likes to call it online nesting, which I thought was kind of funny. I had cravings for salt and vinegar chips and coffee. For the TMI stuff, my nipples and the bumps around them, they seemed darker. My nipples seemed pointier, increased cervical fluid, increased sex drive. And this might have started the previous week, but I don't know, like I've been having like itchiness down below, and I don't think it's like a yeast infection or anything, because it only happens at nighttime. Like, I don't know, maybe the soap I'm using, I use Dove, so I don't think that's what it is. I haven't changed anything, but I don't seem too concerned because it's only, I don't know, it doesn't last long, it's weird. So this week for my weight, I was up 2.6 pounds, and I was still 0.2 less than my pre-pregnancy weight. And last but not least, my 17th week of pregnancy, the baby was the size of an onion. My main symptoms was being tired, some irritability, meatloaf remnants in a pan made me gag. I noticed that the hair that's gonna form my, I'm probably gonna say it wrong, but the linea nigra, it seems to be getting darker and more hairier, and I'm hairy to begin with because I'm Portuguese and Italian. My fiance said my belly was starting to feel hard in a ball type shape 2 inches above the belly button on the bottom of my stomach. So yeah, I mean, I feel some like hardness. I guess that's my uterus pushing through. I think pregnancy brain might be starting. I usually take my prenatals when I first wake up, but for some reason I went to go and try to take them after dinner, and I usually take like a vitamin D, my Tums, and my baby aspirin, so it's kind of weird because I've been taking prenatals for a couple of years now. My acne was really bad this week and painful. It's like finally starting to clear up. I was achy because we are redoing our bathroom and I was doing a lot of painting and bending, so my body did not like that. I had on and off boob pain. I had crazy dreams 2 nights in a row. I'll mention one of those dreams in a second here. I had a stuffy nose when waking up, but that might be because we sleep with a fan on because I'm always hot. The sides of my knees have been hurting, and I just have this overwhelming need to get the baby registry done. And I also had on and off uterus pains. At 17 weeks, one day I took my belly button ring out. The hole wasn't really looking right anymore, and I get worried that it's gonna stretch out too much. On 17 weeks, 2 days, I had a doctor's appointment, and I actually heard the baby's heartbeat. So the first time they did the heartbeat of like a month before that, I only could hear mine like on top of it, so it was very frustrating. This time I heard the baby's heartbeat like clear as day. The doctor said it was from 150 to 160 beats per minute. When the doctor was trying to find the heartbeat, he kept pressing on my stomach, I guess like because my fatness is in the way. So like it just hurt so bad when he was doing that. It was very uncomfortable. At this appointment, I ended up getting my flu shot as well. So at 17 weeks and 2 days, I sneezed, and I think I peed myself, so that was great. I don't know if I should start wearing like panty liners or pads or something. I mean, it hasn't happened again. Whenever I sneeze, I just kind of like hold a little bit. I'm like, please don't happen again, because like I'm just so afraid of it happening in public. So at 17 weeks and 6 days, I had a dream about a 1-year-old light-haired baby boy. So this dream is kind of weird because we were going for my anatomy scan and we were like getting ready, and then they come out with this little boy, like they're holding him and he's crying and sorry, can't hit the light. So they come out with this little boy, he's crying, and I'm looking, I'm like, what? And they're like, this is your son. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then he hears my voice and he stops crying. He like reaches out for me. So then I just like take him, and then they do my anatomy scan, and just very, very weird. So I've had 2 dreams about a girl and 1 about a boy. And now I'm just so confused on what we're having, because for a while I was thinking girl because of the dreams, but I don't know. So for cravings, the salt and vinegar chips continue. And I had a craving for a Checkers Rally's fries, which is weird because we had bought them that day, and I guess I was just like thinking about them. For the TMI stuff, I had an increased sex drive. Had noticed that my boobs looked bigger and my nipples looked darker. And the same thing from last week, I had some itchiness down there. So something I forgot from the first trimester was that around the time when I found out I was pregnant, I had like these dry red spots that we thought was sunburn for the longest time, but they haven't really gone away, so I don't know if that's like pregnancy related or what, but why are you shaking your head back there?
I get it too. It's just dry skin from the low humidity.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, it's because it's gotten slightly colder.
Alright. But this was in July.
Yeah, well, we had the AC on like full blast.
I guess you're right. So that wraps up weeks 14 through 17. Like I said before, overall this whole month has been pretty good. The cravings were out of control at first, but they seem to actually have calmed down. I think it's really strange that I haven't gained any weight at all. I'm still 0.2 pounds from my pre-pregnancy weight. I know that's not a lot, but it's just strange. So I know like a lot of people do gain weight, so I think I'll start gaining weight now. We'll see. Anyway, I know I included bump shots throughout the whole video, but I figured I'll show you a live version of what my bump looks like at 18 weeks and 1 day. So here's what it looks like from the front. You probably can't really tell. I mean, maybe a little bit. Here's the side. Here's the other side. Why did I go in a circle? Anyway, so here's what the shirt up. Don't mind my hairiness. Like I said, I'm Portuguese and Italian, so here's what it looks like from the side and the other side. So that's gonna be it for this video. I have my anatomy scan next week, and I am so excited for that. We're gonna have them write the gender down. Hopefully the baby cooperates, and we're gonna have a gender reveal party on October 26th. Let me know if you think I'm having a boy or a girl. And like I said, I daily vlog too with my fiance, so if you want to have an insight into my whole journey into becoming a mom for the first time, hit that subscribe button. So that's gonna be it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.